Mix Nation for real.
See a broke ass nigga came much, he ain't talk to me. He ain't bout no money, that nigga don't talk to me. See my daddy all
I'd probably take him. TNT on the beat.
I Mix Nation for real.
See a broke ass nigga came much, he ain't talk to me. He ain't bout no money, that nigga don't talk to me. See my daddy always told me, little nigga, no talk is cheap. Put 22 cat in my mouth so it costs to speak. Oh yeah, I need a bad big booty stripper. I need 100 pounds in the dipper. I need 100 rounds in the tripper. See a broke ass nigga came much, he ain't talk to me. He ain't bout no money, that nigga don't talk to me. Broke niggas can't much talk to a nigga. I'm Bossellini, Pete the drip on my pimpin'. Philippe line, hit your hoe with the drill. When I broke it down, used to trap out the roof. Yeah, I blow a bag, pull a drop of the Lennox. Z06, this don't come in no room. Got them thigh pads like I play for the Bengals. Rapper me, who boy go sing you a jank? I'ma get on and go fuck me a singer. Katy Perry, Riri, Iggy, and Sizzle. This throw like they don't know how I came. It don't matter, they gon' know about the myths. The Drake got a clip like a Cinnabon. I ain't shit like you lanes, I'm a one-on-one. Yeah, Big Mob, I know one that they call a Don. Got the DT tat up in my face and all. Yeah. See a broke ass nigga came much, he ain't talk to me. He ain't bout no money, that nigga don't talk to me. See my daddy always told me, little nigga, no talk is cheap. Put 22 cat in my mouth so it costs to speak. Oh yeah, I need a bad big booty stripper. I need 100 pounds in the dipper. I need 100 rounds in the tripper. See a broke ass nigga came much, he ain't talk to me. He ain't bout no money, that nigga don't talk to me. Bro, ho, you ain't speaking my language. I set them shit like they prank. I snuck in the club with the bank. Ain't no cap on, I'm really a gangster. Yeah, I'm covered in water, can't drain it. Yeah, I'm a player, she kiss on my panky. When I step out, they thinkin' I'm famous. That little hoe couldn't take it, she famous. Yeah, I'ma get on fuck a rapper chick. Nicki Carter and the Rucci chick. When I land in they city, they own the kid. Got them rats in they skinny, they see the shit. I just fell in the spot with the mob niggas. Yeah, they really be trapping and raw niggas. Why you hating, but get on your jaw, nigga. Only fucking with niggas like all niggas. Broke ass nigga came much, he ain't talk to me. He ain't bout no money, that nigga don't talk to me. See my daddy always told me, little nigga, no talk is cheap. Put 22 cat in my mouth so it costs to speak. Oh yeah, I need a bad big booty stripper. I need 100 pounds in the dipper. I need 100 rounds in the tripper. See a broke ass nigga came much, he ain't talk to me. He ain't bout no money, that nigga don't talk to me.
This is Nico London, and you're now locked in with Kelly Kell on 258 Radio. Here's my new single.
It's your girl, French and Hell. Check out my girl, Kelly Kells, on LipglossNMics every Friday night at 11 p.m.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to LipglossNMics Special Edition Interview. I just wanted to, shout out Jigsawe, and he will be with me in a couple of minutes. I'm going to let y'all hear his song, Wu-Tang, okay, and you're gonna hear that old, you'll hear that culture hip hop here, okay, and he's from deriving out of, I would say, around Louisiana, okay, and you're gonna hear that flavor in there, trust me. And this is a long-awaited, overdue interview, okay. This poor guy, he works very hard. The first time he was out in work, and he has a very odd job, so we couldn't catch up. And then the second time, it had to do with my mom had to rush to the hospital, so we had to catch up there. And then the third time is now. So with all the interviews that keep piling up at LipglossNMics, we got it in, though. I didn't want him to lose his spot, so, I'm not going to let somebody pay for an interview and then not get in here. So basically, we are here, and I'm excited about this because I've been waiting, and we're finally here. So I want you to all check this song out, and it's called Wu-Tang, and get that flavor in there.
She got me head over, I'm a ball hard nigga. Her ass polo and my hands a heel figure. I'm running through the check like them NFL niggas. Pistol on my side for them hating ass niggas. Jigsaw, baby.
Benz and a two-seat Mercedes. Diamond on my neck like cash money, baby. I'm only in this bitch cause the club owner paid me. I'd rather fuck the waitress cause the stripper bitch lazy. Smoking moon rocks, got a nigga moonwalking. 50 grand on my wrist, got these freaky bitches talking. The way I beat that pussy, I'ma leave it in a coffin. She, the type that every man dreams. Call her Wu-Tang cause she all about the cream. Scream, make her booty clap for the green. Clap, clap for the green. Clap, clap for the green. She, the type that every man dreams. Call her Wu-Tang cause she all about the cream. Scream, make her booty clap for the green. Clap, clap for the green. Clap, clap for the green.
Okay, so me too. When he stay looking at baddies and I'm looking at him too. It's your girl Bella Healthy. Got pretty eyes and sassy bitch. Sexy red bone ass fat, make a nigga grab his dick. Say looking like money when I step on anybody's seat. It may be a nigga or a bitch that try to get with me. In love with all flavors. Don't try to size me up. Fresh vanilla, butter, pecan, chocolate, deluxe. Hella flame.
The type that every man dreams. Call her Wu-Tang cause she all about the cream. Scream, make her booty clap for the green. Clap, clap for the green. Clap, clap for the green. She, the type that every man dreams. Call her Wu-Tang cause she all about the cream. Scream, make her booty clap for the green. Clap, clap for the green. Clap, clap for the green. Dance in my britches, blue face and French kissing. Got 3 on the pole, but a nigga still fishing. I'm a star like Dallas and I'm looking for a stallion. Put an ass so big, he'll eat up my medallion. Just caught a couple bars, about to blow 5 stacks. Toting 3 on the pole, come and meet me in the back. But I only got one, she a sexy machine. Wu-Tang get the money, yeah, she all about the cream. She, the type that every man dreams. Call her Wu-Tang cause she all about the cream. Scream, make her booty clap for the green. Clap, clap for the green. Clap, clap for the green. She, the type that every man dreams. Call her Wu-Tang cause she all about the cream. Scream, make her booty clap for the green. Clap, clap for the green. Clap, clap for the green.
Okay, here we go. Hey everybody, and we're here. I have Jigsaw with me live. Can you hear me, Jigsaw?
Yes, I'm here, loud and clear. What's up with you, baby girl? Thanks for having me on.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm finally excited. Like, it has been so hard to catch up with this man. And then when he was caught up, I had to rush my mom to the hospital last time. So it's just been, like, so wild.
I know, but we finally caught up with the U.S. connection. We making it happen, baby girl.
That's right. We're doing this. All right, so check this all out. Y'all heard Wu-Tang, and I got to give you, I love it. It's got that old cultural hip-hop sound. You can tell it's got that Louisiana, like, flavor in there. Because that new shit that be rocking today, some of it's just, some of it really gets on my nerves. But, so tell me, how did that come up?
Well, it came up, actually, it was a friend of mine out of Atlanta. His name is Coca, and there was a female rapper out of Atlanta. Her name is Bella Flame. And we were just talking about, just different types of songs and stuff that just had a club just banging and had the ladies dancing and having a really good time, And we were talking about, like, Wu-Tang basically being like, Wu-Tang chick is like a beautiful chick. She just got it going on all the way around on the professional side, the business side, the street side. So she's just like what they call in Texas a 5-star chick. So she's a Wu-Tang chick. She got it going on in all directions. She just whipping it out. She's kicking it up. How old Wu-Tang you be, how they be doing all that karate stuff. Well, that's what I did take from Wu-Tang chick. She kicking in all directions. She just got it going on.
Right, like she ain't just like the beauty. She got the brains too.
Exactly. She be at the toe. She all got all 5 stars. She in there.
Gotcha. So let me ask you, how did you get into music? Because I know you've been doing this for a minute. It ain't no way you could just come up with that and no season in the flavor, you know? So when did you start doing music?
Oh man, I've been doing music. Let me tell you something, because I got so much, background in music because, I actually started off as a political and a conscious rapper, so I used to do a lot of like Black Power, Black is Real, I'm proud to be Black, Troops, I used to do a lot of hardcore Black, power music, kind of like P of the Enemy and
right,
like the Roots and stuff. And then, I started getting into holy hip hop, and I went from originally I started as they used to call me Knowledge Man because I used to break down in knowledge. That's with the political stuff. Then I went from Knowledge Man to Caramel. Caramel was I started getting into. Once I started getting political, I got into holy hip hop, and I was hardcore holy hip hop for a long time. Had some headaches in the industry, trying to make it happen connect with people like Kurt Franklin and EDJ. We with Mary first came out and all that. It just wasn't there. The support is not there in holy hip hop, So I said, I want to keep my roots, but I want to do some stuff to have people bouncing, having a good time. So, that's when Jigsawe came in. Jigsawe was more like a puzzle. Like you got all
right,
type of rap styles and mentality when it comes to different styles of rap, and you can throw it down on the floor, but then when you put it all together, you piece it up together, it comes all, everything works together, it comes all together. So it's like a jigsaw, like a puzzle, all this different stuff, but at the end it all comes together and it works out. So.
And that was like the missing piece, so that actually fits perfect, because when you think about it, like you said, you were doing the knowledge and doing the okay, can I ask you a question though? Why'd you give up on the other type of rap? Not the holy one, the more of like the
more conscious.
Yeah.
Well, because I didn't really let it alone, because I actually got probably about 4 albums of unreleased material on that conscious hardcore rap, kind of like what Kendrick Lamar was doing. But it was no support with there, you know what I'm saying? And people didn't want to hear anything when it comes to just, conscious stuff. They want to hear all the negative stuff that's going on around you, So I just more focused on everything that's going on around me and said, you know what, I'm going to still focus on the conscious stuff, but I'm going to talk about the stuff they like to do, kicking it, party, having a good time, going out, say hanging with their buddies and they homegirls and just, having a good time, All
right, well, everybody told you I'm not your normal interview person, right? So I just go with the flow, right? So I'm gonna bring this out. I think you should do some of that.
And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm actually going back into the studio working on some of it, because I'm actually working on a project called Real Nations, and Real Nation stands for Reasoning Educates All Lost, not all those inquiring knowledge seek.
Yeah, I feel that people that have knowledge, you know what I mean? And I think it's really important. And I think it's really important that if you can share it, you know what I'm saying? Even if you can get through to who knows how many people per song, that's gonna teach those people. And it's so hard to get through to people, because I learned knowledge, and people that tell it to me, I might think they're crazy at first, and I have to research it myself, because I'm very I gotta see it, you know what I'm saying? And I have to read it, and I have to do my own investigating and all that crazy stuff. But you know what? And then I might it's even harder for me, because me trying to give knowledge to white people about black people, they look at me like I'm insane, so they look at me, and then when I stop proving it to them, they're like, wow, and if I could break through to 1 or 2 white people, I'm like, yes, you know what I mean? I feel good,
right.
So, and I feel that there needs to be more conscience rap, not just because of the culture of music, but because of the education and the knowledge that it has, you know what I'm saying? And it gets to people. We need that. If people will listen to the music's my passion, but I want change. You know what I'm saying? I want change.
Right.
And if it can make change, because Lord knows that's all I've ever, and moving down south from up north, was a big change for me and still is. And it's hard. It's hard to swallow. You know what I mean? And I think the pain here and I just don't think I'll ever escape from it. And I didn't even have to endure that pain, but just to feel what the pain was here and still is here. Because yeah. But it needs it. You know what I mean? And I feel that if more people could do that type of rap, and it's so weird that this must have been a blessing, because if we did this interview the perfect week, I just found, I don't even know whose page I found it on, but it was a picture of a brick wall, and it's a man in front of it sitting down with a sign in front of it, and I just put it on my Instagram this week, and it said, we need more conscious rap. You know what I mean? And it says, I want change. On the sign. And you know what I mean? Because it's like everybody thinks that I want that rap. No, I want change. That's what I want. I want change. You know what I mean? So it's like if people can make, like Tupac, everybody, and we were just talking about this on my interview last night, everybody knocked Tupac because of all his cussing and, I admit when his temper was rolling, he had a mouth, we all do. But, nobody thinks of the change he was trying to do.
Yeah. He was definitely making headway.
Right.
He was right there. He was really ready to push it on through and to like traffic situation happen, That's crazy.
Exactly. So if we had more, and I hear you saying you're holy and there's not a lot of support and I'm not gonna down it. I'm not gonna down the holy music but honestly, I don't support a lot of it. Only because I feel like they're getting rich off of, I don't know. I'm going to get off that subject real quick because I don't want people hating on me, but I love music. So, I listen to it, but to me, like the whole, I'm just going to leave that alone. The whole gospel thing, I just feel, I don't know. We'll skip that part.
I know it. Hey, I know exactly where you're going with it. Hey, I hear you. I believe me. I understand exactly where you're going.
Yeah, like I'm not degrading it. I don't want anybody out there hating on me, but I just feel that it's just a whole area of just shut my mouth, Kels. But just shut my mouth. But it's a whole money thing, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I think where you've got that flavor just in Wu-Tang, I want to hear one of the knowledge ones. You know what I'm saying? Like I can imagine with the conscious rap.
I got you. I promise you. I'm gonna send you some of the new material for that. For that Real Nation project, and I promise you, it's gonna be a blessing for you. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be like, wow.
Yeah, because the conscious, like I love conscious rap, and something that I can listen to, and you can get, and I just feel this generation. I just got off the phone with my friend from this right before the interview, and she was telling me. Oh my God. She said there was no directions for the children of this generation. And I said, oh my goodness. No. And she said, Kelly, these kids, she said they're bad. She said they just don't have no direction, no nothing, no, and I just said, yeah, I know. And I said, Kim, I know. I said, Kimmy, I don't even know. I said, it was hard enough raising my kids. I said, and I'm still looking like, because they're not, they're young adults, but I'm like, what do I, saying, like, it's hard to keep them. I still stay in their lives to try to keep them straight, because my youngest one, he was the one I always had to push in the right direction. I said, but these kids today, I said, and we all know that it's the white people that do the serial killing. I said, so I already told my son when his baby's born, don't you be sending him to school. I was like, you better do that homeschooling and get your girl to learn how to do that homeschooling stuff, because you ain't sending my grandbaby to school. It ain't happening. I was like, you can't do this. So if we got more rappers that were more conscious, you know what I mean, about the things they were saying, because some of the stuff they be saying, I'm like, what? Like, that's not helping. And wearing, guys wearing dresses, and no. We need the man role back in the house. You know what I'm saying? We need.
You know what, a lot of this has to do with the fact that these record labels, they pimping these young rappers and basically selling their souls and doing it that way. They give them the money and telling them this how they want to do it, or they just put them in bad situations and they getting caught up, so they don't care, they just.
And they're selling their souls for nothing. They're just getting that quick money and not realizing the role model they're leaving on these kids. And, I can't tell parents, don't let your kids listen to that music. Because, I grew up listening to whatever I wanted because I was strong-minded that I wasn't going to do nothing crazy like that. But, I don't want to hear blame it on rap music, because, no, you can't. Because heavy metal, I went through that with them. I worked in the alternative music scene, and I saw people smashing heads together and hitting heads with bullhorns. And I worked big venues where I would see blood everywhere because they would just ram each other with their heads. And I'm like, really? Like, wow. And I listened to all that music too, and I didn't do that. So, I've been to country things where I've seen people so drunk that they didn't even know what they were doing. So, you can't blame music. It's the person themselves.
Right. That's right.
But if we could get messages through music that, create them to listen to, like, oh yeah, maybe like a boy should not be wearing a dress. Like, this world's going a little bit nuts, and we all know that. And we need that strong structure again. I don't even think, I think it's harder for men than it is for women, because little boys growing up, they know they got to be the boy, the man. You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't got men to look up to, what the hell are they going to do? Yeah. And Lord knows this generation of women can't cook. I don't even think they know what to do with pans.
I know, right? Hey, but they gotta be taught. You know what I'm saying? They gotta have a strong-minded woman like you that, hey, you gotta holler at you, so just let them know what time it is.
So you need to. I think that's something just tells me that's the move you need to do. I like that song Wu-Tang, don't get, but we really need these conscious. And when you said you were doing it, I'm like, wait a minute, why did he stop doing that? Why did he stop? I can understand you taking that holy thing or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that music's not good. I used to listen to Mary Mary all the time. I remember making copies of that CD and I went to church for one whole year, 3 times a week. And I don't know what happened. But
I'm definitely gonna get into it though. Like I said, I'm working on it. I'm working with a producer out of Dallas, and we're working on the project now. We're already putting together the song list and everything. So it's gonna be nice. I'm actually the first thing I'm working on is I'm Proud to Be Black. So we're working on.
See, and already that's a good title. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of kids out there that need that. I was just doing an interview last night with a Haitian person, and my other half is Haitian, and they were talking about when they were little kids and they came to United States, and how they didn't understand how. Well, actually, it was black people that used to pick on them, which confuses me. But they were telling me how hard it was to adjust in the United States, And I was just like, wow, like really. Like, see, I can relate because I'm Portuguese, and he said one word that hit me, because he said the family used to say something about your family came over on the boat or something, and I remember people teasing because if they heard my grandmother speak she spoke Portuguese, and it would be like, your family came over on the boat or some kind of joke like that. You know what I mean? And it's like, what? You know what I mean? Like, wait, I was born here. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I can see where they get that from. You know what I'm saying? But not realizing we all came from, like, just the knowledge has to be put out there, and they ain't gonna learn it in school.
No, they not, because they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know the truth.
Right.
Be lost.
Exactly. So I feel that, definitely. I think you should do that, and we need more more conscious rappers, and I don't see that happening.
I see it. I told you I got something. I got it coming. I'm gonna be the first. When I send you something, I'm gonna be like, hey, it's coming.
That's good, and you need to get more into your social media, like your Twitter. You need to work it.
Okay.
Your Instagram, you need to work it.
Okay.
I tell all y'all that, like, it's important to work your social media. I know if you don't have time for it, then get somebody, whatever. Like, I have artists that I work with because, like, they don't have time, like you said. I have one, he's all over the place. So he's always like, we meet up every Monday, we have a conference call, and then I take care of his stuff. But that's important, because otherwise people don't think you're active. They don't think that you're doing anything.
Right. You're right. You're exactly right.
So you need to, that's the way to get it out there. Yeah, you need to get it out in the streets, but you also need to get it out media. You know what I mean? That's a big thing. So tell me, where else have you gone through after you did the Holy thing, okay? And you came back through and you decided to do Wu-Tang now. Have you traveled a lot with music?
Yeah, I done did a lot of stuff, just different places like New York, Atlanta. I got a homeboy right now that I'm working with. He worked with Def Jam about 20 years. I don't know if you're familiar with him. His name is Rob Love. He was back at that time where he was helping when Kanye West first got on. He supported that whole tour with DMX and all them, LL and all them guys back then. So he pretty knowledgeable with Def Jam, and he working some angles for me. So I'm just kind of seeing what happened. I know it's not an overnight process, and it's just gonna be a process. I'm just kind of rolling with it and see where it goes. But I've been going. He's been doing some stuff for me between here in New York. I'm actually going to Atlanta next week to do something in the Sump, which is SUMC. It's a huge festival they do in Atlanta.
Is it like an underground music thing?
Yeah, it's like underground and independent. It's
right.
Labels there. I think Eris is supposed to be there. Universal's gonna be there. Epic's gonna be there. So it's a pretty big event.
It is big. Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, so I'll be there. Then I'm actually shooting a remix version for Wu-Tang, the video in Atlanta.
Oh, that's good.
So,
that's good.
Yeah, and then once I come back, I got a single that I did with a guy that used to work with Lil Wayne them back in the day. His name is Papa Roo. He's out of Houston, Texas. And a song called We On. So I'm working on a music video for that too, to try to release that single right behind Wu-Tang.
Well, that's awesome. So, see, you'll be traveling a little bit. That's my next step. I'm going to start traveling. Yep.
So I'm doing that, and then, I'm working with Lisa out of Houston, so she's setting some stuff up. Management-wise, she's been handling some management things for me, so I've been working with her the past year or so, and she's pretty good.
Yeah.
Her and her husband got a really good team, and they really fought, independent artists, so that's why I joined their team and came aboard. So, and then that, and then just some other different things. They got the AC3 coming up in Atlanta somewhere around October. I think it's like end of October, end of September. I'm going to be performing in that too.
Oh, that's awesome. That's the one I'm going to try. You know what? I'm writing that down right now. I knew there was one coming up this year, and that's the one I want to hit in October.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah, so and then some couple other things, So I'm working it, trying to work those singles, trying to work Wu-Tang, trying to work We On, and then I got two other singles, one called Work That, Twerk That, and then I got another single, Bring It Back. So I got some pretty nice singles I'm working, just like you said, just doing it, getting out there. I kind of pulled back a little bit off my social medias, but I'm trying to ramp them back up now. So I know I have some issues with Facebook. Facebook's locked me out. I've been locked out the last 6 months. I can't even do anything with it. But
oh, trust me, you ain't the only one. All artists do this. It's all, you always have to keep on them about social media. It's I think like over the years, the past 5 years, I've been, even when I was in corporate, same thing. I can understand though. I think I finally got a gist of it. It's, you guys always think about like the studio, the you know what I mean? The next single, this, that, and you don't, where on the other hand, that's what I think about. You know what I mean? That's all I think about. I'm on the computer like 12 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? So that's me. You know what I'm saying? So I notice all those little things. So.
But you know what, I'm telling you this though, Phil, like a lot of artists is kind of getting like discouraged because they doing work with people, but there's nothing coming out of the work. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists is invested in their careers and they get either scammed or nothing's coming out of their work. So that's why you see a lot of artists falling to the wayside. They just disappointed. They feel like they can't do anything unless they sell their soul. And then you run into people that are not really, for artists. They'll tell you that they're for independent artists, trying to help them get out, but they're just trying to get
Right. And I agree with you. I agree with you because a lot of the packages that I offer, I see them out there and people be charging $300 to $500, and I'm like, are you serious? Like, yes, I want to eat, but it's also my passion. You feel me? And I think it's ridiculous, some of the prices I see out there. And not only that, I just put a post last week. If you are serious about your music, I'm go. You know what I mean? I'm all go if you're consistent. But if it's just a hobby for you, don't waste my time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, too, you'll get an artist that's really not consistent. They kind of like don't know the next move. They don't know where they're going at. You know what I'm saying? And, I mean, there's so much you can do with just streaming. You know what I'm saying? There's so much you can do with streaming. And to utilize it, you'd be crazy not to.
Right. And I was just recently talking with somebody about that, that's how they make a lot of their money is the streaming.
Streaming, yeah. And people are thinking, oh, well, radio. Yeah, you got to get it on radio. But do you realize, like, okay, everybody's sticking FM stations, it's not that anymore. If you do your research, internet's going to be bigger than FM stations. Like, I wouldn't even say in the next 5 years. It's less than that. Already now, you've got your mainstream like Spotify, you know what I mean? iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio. They're already beating numbers off of FM. You know what I'm saying? Your streams, look at search artists like Drake, all your streaming artists. How much they've made just off of internet streams. You know what I mean? And Vivo and all these. I mean, it's so when you do a budget, figure out like, okay, I've got my marketing so much here. I've got this so much there. And figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you want to leave, but don't go after that big radio campaign until you've got it. Do all your smaller stuff first. So many people waste money in the wrong areas. Just like singles. I'll see artists throwing out singles. You know what I mean? Like here and there. And they'll be whipping them out. And I'm like, no. A single, you should be pushing one single for like 6 months, if not longer. If that single's still pumping, has the whole United States heard that single? Has overseas heard that single? You know what I mean? Get that single. If everybody's bumping that single and they like that single, keep going with that single.
Right. That's right.
Don't be stressing like, oh, I got to get, no, it ain't like that no more. They want to see your fans. They want to see that you got people following you. That's what labels want. They want you to have a fan base because of everybody buying people to follow them, they're deducting 15% off of everybody's account.
Yeah.
Because they don't care about your homie and your Romeo over there and Julio over there. They're caring about those people that are going to spend money on you. So if you can just get 100 people that are going to spend $100 on you a month, then we good. So even if you work up to that, you're good. So I like that. But I definitely want to hear some of your conscious rap. Definitely. So you better get into that. You better hustle with that. Because I want to hear that.
I promise.
Because I had no idea you even did that.
Oh yeah, I promise you. I got like 3 albums of concert stuff that I'm still just sitting on it.
Yeah, there's not enough of that out there anymore. Not at all.
I promise you, I got you.
So, okay, so you're going to be doing all these shows, and you got the single, of course, Jigsaw. Now you're going to do the video for it. That was smooth, because you pushed this single a long time, too, and that's what's up. Because I know I've had it on the radio for at least 5 months or 4 months. So it's been a while. So that's what I loved about it, because you were like one of the artists that's kept it. You know what I mean, with that single. And I've got like a couple other ones too, but like a lot of them, they just be going right on to the next one. I'm like, what are you doing? So I'd keep asking Lisa, and I keep asking him. I'd be like, Malcolm, is he still Yep, same single. I'm like, that's what's up. He's like, oh, you left? I said, yeah, I left it. I'm like, as long as it's still the same one, I don't mind leaving it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool.
Right.
So that's what's up. That was good. So after you do this, like, so next year, you got any goals set out for next year yet? Or are you still going to wait a little while, see how, like, the rest of this project folds?
Well, I mean, kind of like the combination of both. Just I want to see how the project goes, and then going into next year, to see where I'm at in reference to, like you're saying, like my fan base and my numbers, and see what I can do, and then see if I need possibly, bring somebody on the team to help push some more numbers or some different things like that. Because like you said, I ain't really focusing now about no major radio campaigns and nothing like that.
Yeah.
I'm more about like social media, Instagram, Twitter, and streaming. That's my whole focus going into next year. Is because a lot of independent artists, they live off of streaming.
Yep.
My whole thing is finding the whole ins and outs about streaming, how I can generate that, revenue just from streaming, so that revenue can pay for itself. It can pay for all of the stuff I need to make happen.
You can get that return. That return comes back, and it's sad because a lot of independent artists, they don't even know that they can get paid for that. And I'll start doing that single, and I'm like, wait, hold up, and then they'll want to work with me, and I'm like, wait, before we go any step further, are you registered with this, and this? And they're like, oh, I got BMI. I'm like, okay, but what about your streams? I'm like, you got music all over the internet, and are they, you know what I'm saying? Are they set up business-wise so that you can get paid? Well, what do you mean? I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, they have no knowledge of, they could get paid for that person that pushed that song on Spotify. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could get paid for that.
Yep, sure can.
So they're like, oh, so I had to, like, take a step back with a couple of them and be like, okay, we'll go do this first, you know what I mean? And then we'll get up, But it's wild, like how many people, they're just worried about, like you said, they're worried about the music, and they're just totally sidestep everything. Like you said, I guess they get discouraged and things happen, and it's just crazy. Crazy.
Kind of get lost like you said, I kind of get lost in the crowd and the power, you know what I'm saying? Because once you done got burnt, you know what I'm saying? Some artists have to start from ground zero, and then some artists don't know how to start, or they don't know how to pick up the pieces and move forward, So you see a lot of artists, a lot of waste time, So it's crazy. And like you said, they have no artists, they just not knowledgeable. They don't have nobody showing them how to get things set up, how they registration, and are they registered, and they have their music here. I mean, then what are you doing with it? And have like things going on with it. They don't know. They just there.
Right. So, want to tell everybody your Instagram?
Yep. You can check me out at Jigsaw STL. That's my Instagram. Just look me up. It's easy because it's JIGSAWE. So it's easy to find me on Instagram, and it's the same thing on Twitter. On Twitter, Jigsaw STL. All you gotta do is look at the JIGSAWE STL for Twitter, and then on Instagram, just Jigsaw the Rapper. And then right now, my like I said, my Facebook is having issues because my Facebook is down. I've been fighting with Facebook about trying to get it back up. So I don't know how that's going to go. But my Instagram and Twitter, they pushing, And then if anybody wants to check out my single or support me and maybe do a stream it or download or whatever, you can go to Spotify because I'm right there on Spotify, Amazon, connected with TuneCore and CD Baby, so they can find all of my material there.
Oh, that's what's up. So y'all can go check out his music on Spotify. So you have more than just Wu-Tang on Spotify?
I have Bring It Back on Spotify. I got a few different tracks. I got a project mixtape called The Eight. It's on Spotify, so and it consists of several tracks. I did a couple tracks with a guy out of Houston that was hot for a while. His name was Charlie Boy, and I did 2 tracks with him, and they real nice on that mixtape. It's called The Eight. So yeah, I got some stuff out there. Y'all go and check it out, man. Look me up on Spotify, and download the stream, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Help me out.
Definitely, definitely. Well, I'm going to thank you for finally, we got this wrapped up, and it'll be traveling around to the other stations, and then it'll end up on iHeart. So when it's on iHeart, it'll be there forever, and it'll be placed on the site, and I'll let you know so that way you can have it.
Okay, that's good. You gotta stay in contact with me, girl. I'm gonna have to share information because when I release one of these conscious tracks, I want to get it to you first because I know you're gonna be like, whoa.
Right? Well, I'm on Instagram a lot too, so I'll DM you too, so that way I can keep up with it, so I can hear it.
Yeah.
That'll work. That'll definitely work because I'll definitely want to hear that.
Oh yeah, I got some heat for you. I promise you, you're gonna be like Jigsawe, come here.
Yeah, definitely, because I love it. I'll definitely want to hear it. Maybe I'll see y'all in October, because I definitely want to try to hit up that in October in Atlanta.
Okay, that's what's up. I'm gonna be looking for you. Let me know, because I'm gonna be there.
All right, I'll definitely let you know. You got any shout outs?
Yeah, just I want to give a big shout out first of all to Lisa out of Houston and her husband. They came up my management team. They doing it for me. A big shout out for you, number one, because you got a heart for independent artists, and it's hard to find people that actually support indies without having a hidden agenda. And it's a shout out to my family, a shout out to all the independents around the nation, you know what I'm saying, who just put in work and ain't getting recognition for it. Just don't give up. Whatever you do, no matter how old you are, your passion, you get out there, you make it happen.
Right, and don't give up. That's the biggest key, because it's a struggle. You got to keep going. You got to keep pushing.
Got to keep pushing. Don't let nobody discourage you, because the minute you discourage you, maybe that next day, if you held on one extra day, you would have popped. So don't give up. I don't care what nobody say. Hang in the race. Finish.
Right. Remember, the turtle finished last.
All right. I appreciate you for having me on. I appreciate you, for having me on. I want to come back on, too, so don't forget about me.
I won't. And you have a great week, a productive week.
Okay, you too. You're going to be productive anyway because you're a go-getter. I know you.
Thanks. All right, and you have a great week.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, y'all, so you heard it. That was Jigsaw, and he around Texas area. And I'm really excited that he's going to be doing this conscious rap. And I am going to keep up with him because I really like listening to conscious rap. And I think we need that. I need that. And not just me. Like, we all need that. Like, there's not enough of that out there for this generation, and they listen to a lot of this crazy stuff that's out there now, and kids need to hear a message. We need to hear a message. So I'm going to let y'all go. Don't forget, tune in. There's interviews all this week, every night, and I'm booking up. I'm already into almost the end of August, so it's been a busy month coming up. And I'm grateful for that. I really am. And I want to shout out to everybody that's hit me up and asked me to do these interviews. I'm grateful for the Mike Jones and Little Donald and Young Buck and all that coming up too, because we're bringing the past, the present, and all the good stuff. And again, shout out to Jigsaw. I could tell he had that season there. And I can't wait. I can't wait to hear the conscious rap. And we're out of here.